Oh, P. Diddy, we have another lawsuit at our hands. The woman who was forced to come and reveal her identity because a pseudonym was not enough, unfortunately, for the judge. She has refiled. The lawsuit has been released today. Some shocking allegations. Let's go through it. Hey guys, it's Murad Murali, daily and consistent content. Let's get straight into this video. Apologies if I sound congested. I am sinus issues, but yes, let's get into this video. Combs and his staff regularly invited members of the public events to music video shoots, photo shoots, autograph signings in and around New York City. One such event, under the banner of factual allegations in the lawsuit, took place in 2004 across the street from Candace McCrary's college. That is her name. Candace McCrary initially was a pseudonym, in Brooklyn, New York. Why in the hell is Diddy doing stuff at people's campuses? Through McCrary's friends and Combs' accomplices and agents, Miss McCrary received an invitation to Combs' photo shoot. She was 19 years old at the time. She was flattered and excited to receive such an invitation from an individual of Combs' celebrity and stature. Miss McCrary accompanied her friends to the event and discovered that it was a photo shoot promoting the band, a recording group's Combs signed to his record label, Bad Boy Entertainment. At the photo shoot, she and one of her good friends, another freshman living in the dormitory with Miss McCrary, were eventually invited to an after party by Combs' business associates before leaving for the party. Miss McCrary had met Combs at the photo shoot. Combs told Miss McCrary and her friends that they should come to his hotel room for a more exclusive party. Miss McCrary and her friend agreed and were taken to a Manhattan area Marriott hotel by a member of Combs' entourage. Marriott Hotel is what we should remember, guys. Upon arriving at the hotel suite, Miss McCrary noticed that there were a dozen people there having drinks and listening to music in a relaxed party environment. Whilst attempting to mingle around the party, Miss McCrary and her friends were suddenly grabbed and taken to a separate room from the main party. Miss McCrary believed the man taking them to a security guard, so she went with him. But when she asked where they were going, he simply told her, "You know what you are here for." After taking Miss McCrary and her friend to the bedroom, the security guard left the room and locked the door. The only person in the room besides Miss McCrary and her friend was Diddy. Diddy gave Miss McCrary and her friends more drinks, then instructed them to force cocaine that he had prepared for use on the coffee table. Miss McCrary did not want to do the cocaine. Combs continued getting gradually more aggressive with the two women and eventually began forcibly touching them without consent. When they resisted, Combs ordered Miss McCrary's friend to perform oral on him or he would have them both killed. Miss McCrary's friend complied as Miss McCrary begged Combs to allow them to leave. He did not agree. Combs soon turned his sights to Miss McCrary and forced her to take her clothes off, again under a threat of violence. Once she was undressed, Combs forced himself on her and began to assault her. Combs fondled, molested and ultimately R-worded Miss McCrary, all while she was begging him to stop. Soon and likely due to Miss McCrary's cries, the door opened and the security guard from earlier came in to ask if everything was alright. Miss McCrary's friend took the opportunity to rush out of the recently locked door. Miss McCrary, however, was trapped and could not move as Mr. Combs, Diddy, was still on top of her. Wow. Combs got off Miss McCrary to talk to the security guard. He left the room but told Miss McCrary to stay, otherwise she would be killed. After about half an hour of sitting in the dark room by herself, another security guard came and told her that she could leave. Miss McCrary gathered her things and left immediately and called a taxi back to her dormitory in downtown Brooklyn. Plaintiff hereby incorporates each of the foregoing paragraphs as if it fully sets forth herein by forcing SA onto plaintiff, specifically by physically assaulting and then forcibly R-wording defendant, committing a crime of violence. Wow. Now, there's a lot more in this lawsuit as well because it definitely goes to describe the Marriott. The Marriott defendants further enabled Combs to commit the crimes of violence motivated by gender by turning a willful blind eye to his obvious conduct, including SA against others, facilitating a venue and premise, including but not limited to a hotel room, to Combs and his associates in order to permit him to commit such acts of SA, and profiting from Combs' SA through room rates, room service and other monetary benefits paid through by Combs and his corporations. There can be no doubt that Combs and his conduct was well known. He routinely had large parties at hotel venues. Numerous people, most of which were not guests at the hotel, would come and go. Many would have leave intoxicated and disorientated. Large volumes of alcohol and drugs were consumed. Marriott profited from the conduct rather than intervene and stop it. Intriguing to me that they are finally being dragged into a lawsuit, thank the damn Lord, all respectfully submitted by the Busby law firm, again being refiled. So this woman is serious for what she is saying, and I'm glad that she has dragged in the venue people because they knew what Diddy was doing, and of course so many of them were paid off. That video with Cassie when she was in the hotel room, and she couldn't leave. Why did that come out so late? Because Diddy allegedly paid $50,000 to whoever it was for that video to go away. These hotels must be held accountable for the fact that they allowed these actions to continue. They did not say anything. Why on earth should Diddy be allowed to have his own external security within a vicinity that he does not own? Do you not realize how mad that is? His own external security would be governing rooms in a corporation, in a entity, in a hotel, a property, a vicinity that he does not own. In order for him to do something like this, he's bribing people, paying them off, and he did exactly that at these hotels where he would then find people. Why on earth is he finding people at campuses, at university? Why is he going to a campus and, you know, asking, would you like to join XYZ? And of course they would, because it's Diddy and they're 19. It's so dark and seedy. There are so many people and entities involved. And I'm glad that this lawsuit lays it out very clearly that Marriott also should be dragged through the thick of everything, to be honest with you, because this is what it should happen. I remember we read an article, guys, a couple of weeks ago about how Marriott hotels are going to be facing stuff, and it looks like this is basically it. And this is what Busby mentioned in one of his, you know, press conferences, that hotels also are the people who should absolutely be held accountable. And that's exactly what is going on right now. The Combs Corporation further enabled Combs to commit the crimes of violence motivated by gender by actively placing, maintaining and employing Combs in positions of power and authority, despite the fact that they knew he should have known that Combs had a widespread and well-known practice of committing SA and gender-motivated violence, including on premises owned and operated by defendants. Combs uses titles and authority conferred by the Combs business, including as CEO, founder and chairman, to facilitate and perpetuate the violence on plaintiff and to intimidate and force plaintiff to keep quiet in subsequent years. The Combs business enabled Combs to commit the crimes of violence motivated by gender by failing to properly supervise. The Combs business had knowledge and should have had knowledge of Combs' widespread well-known practices. So she is really laying out via her lawyer Busby, not just the hotel, but the Combs Corporation and the Combs business, the people that worked for Diddy. This is why Diddy is facing a RICO charge, because the people around him for the Combs enterprise are also going to be going down, let alone people for the Marriott. Because as far as I'm concerned, I might not be staying at the Marriott anymore, but for the things that they are going through, because I've been staying at the Marriott in different countries, and if this is what they allow and facilitate for this man to do, let alone anybody else, how many more other people are being abused in these hotels? We know that hotels are used as places for people to secretly traffic people, take them from their rooms or etc. So, you know, if this is what Marriott is allowing, who are we to question what else they're doing? We're very well entitled to question, and so this is why you got to look at it with a bird's eye view, is that, is it just Marriott now? Are there other hotels? It's very intriguing, but I'm glad that this woman has come forth in this lawsuit. I'm glad that she revealed her name, because it allows us to read through things properly, but I know that it's hard for her to do something like this, to reveal her name. The fact that she was forced to do this. Why is the judge forcing people to come forth with their names? I honestly don't know. Probably because of the volume of lawsuits that are coming out, all of these civil lawsuits, and therefore they need to, you know, go through them, and maybe it would be easier for them to go through them with their names being revealed. I don't know, guys, but it makes you think. It definitely makes you think. Let me know your thoughts are, guys, when it comes to this. Do subscribe to the channel, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. It's just one click to subscribe. And I'll catch you guys soon for another video. My apologies for the congestion. I feel like I have a sinus issue going on right now. Traveling a lot, your body, it will catch up with you. I slept for 10 hours, guys. I slept at 2 a.m. I woke up around 12, something like that. I don't know, 11:30, 12. I slept for a very long time. Sometimes your body is just like, bro, you've been traveling for a lot. You're back in London for a bit. We need to catch up with that sleep that you've lost. And in doing so, my body just needs to rest. So for those who think that I don't rest, I've slept for nearly 10 hours today. Hopefully the sinus issue goes. I was going to go sit in the sauna, but I don't think a sauna is good for you if you are unwell, because you're adjusting to different temperatures in a sauna and your body does not need to do that. It's already weak as it is. So I thought that would have been a good idea for my sinus issues, but I think I need to just take medication, drink fluids and rest. Because this whole sinus situation is not going. But it did start last night. Anyways, let me know your thoughts are. I'm rambling. And I'll catch you guys soon for another video.